I've got early access to SchoolAI's newest features. In particular, I'm going to cover how you can create student chatbots for learning to deploy with students. And so I'm just going to jump right in to kind of give you an idea how it's done. I'm going to create a student space. Spaces are chatbots. Got a new character here, which wasn't in the last version, called Dot. Dot is somebody you can talk back and forth with as you want to build this space or this chatbot. So I'm going to say, I'm going to be a math teacher, just simulate something. I'm wanting to create a chat or a space, I'll just call it space, to help students learn fractions. I'm going to say basic fractions. The let's see here. What I want to do is let's start by giving them three problems of a fraction with a small, I'll just say with fraction with the numerator and denominator being single digits, so it doesn't get too complicated. With a common denominator, which means the bottom part. So it's not too hard for students to add and subtract. You will tell them early on that they can press T for tutor at any time to learn more. Provide 3 addition and 3 subtraction fractions. When T is pressed, explain the fraction in terms of students or something that elementary students would understand. And you press return, and again you can come in and modify this later and keep chatting back and forth, and then what it's going to do is build your chat bot for you and then what you can do is go in and edit it manually. I built one already, so I kind of have an idea how this is going to go. It takes a little bit, but what's nice is that it'll do all the hard work. It gives general instructions. Before in SchoolAI, you had to type the instructions and you had to say, oh, you're a math tutor and all this kind of stuff. And I'm not even going to do much. It's got an introduction. I'm not even going to, it's going to talk about how to add 1/5, 2/5, okay. Subtraction, tutor demo, reflection. I'm not even going to mess with it. You can come in and edit that at any time, but what you can do is hit preview. And this is what it would look like to students just spending, what did I spend, a minute or two just telling it what I want to build. And that's not even, you're going to go in and edit it some. I'm not going to say this is perfect, but it says, hey, I'm Dot, your math buddy for today, or adding and subtracting fractions with the same denominator. If you need help, press T for the, are you ready to start? Yes, let's just say yes, push Y. So let's see how it does. We will ask it to tutor us as well. So wait just a little bit, and Dot goes and retrieves the first question. I think we're going to have 3. What's 1/5, 2/5? Remember, you can press T. I need a tip or a tutor. And let's see what it comes up with. I told it to do, explain it in words, so we will see if it can, or that's something they can imagine a pizza cut into 5 equal slices. 1 slice, and you get 2 more slices. You now have 3 out of 5. When adding, you just add top numbers. Does that make sense? Yeah. I'm going to say, yep, that makes sense to me. Now, hopefully it'll come back and ask another question. And if not that, you might have to go back in and edit and say, oh, yeah, after you tutor or teach something, make sure. But it's doing the right thing. So, perfect. So what's 3/5? Now I could just write that, or I could say I get 3 slices. I'm just curious of pizza. If I say something like that, I wonder what it'll come back with in grade. So they can type almost anything, and it's smart enough, and it goes, yeah, exactly. And so it interpreted that. So what's 3/7 and 1/7? Well, it's 4/7, and that's hopefully that's problem 2. We'll get one more fraction, one here. I'll get it right. Just I want to get to subtraction and see how it tutors me on that. Nice job. Remember, what's 4/9? Let's do 6/9. Let's see if it makes me reduce that or not, because you can divide by 3 on both the top and bottom. But let's just see it. Now let's try subtraction. Okay, let's do it. Let's go for it. Hopefully 3 subtraction problems. And let's see what it comes up with. 5/8 minus 2/8. I don't know, tutor me. Or teach me. Or one I created earlier, I used C for coaching. I think I'd rather C is coaching. I like that word better than teaching. Coach you out of this. Imagine you have 5 out of, back to the pizza. If you eat 2 slices, imagine you have 5 out of 8 pizza slices. If you eat 2 slices and have 3 slices left, so 5 slices out of 8, subtract 2 out of the 8, you get 3 out of the 8. Subtract the top numbers, keep the bottom the same. Sure, let's do it, yes. So we'll just do one of these just to give you an idea. So what it is students can move at their own pace, and if they have trouble, they can get assistance. And this was a very, I would call it a basic tutor. I'm going to get 3 out of 8. It's nothing extraordinarily complex, which you could build upon. For example, you could keep track of everything. So I'm just going to, again, we're in preview. You can come in and change any of this if you want to change it, any of this, change any of this, so forth. And then what you do is you can publish this space. And then what happens is you launch for a class, and they get a QR code. You can copy this link, send it to the kids, and as they work through it, it will all be, the teacher will be able to go in and see everything that they did to interact with it. And I'm not going to show that side of it, but it'll also show how they're doing. It'll try to summarize it, like Tom's on task or he's struggling with this concept. Then what you do as a teacher, they're all working on their problems in the past. As a teacher, you sit there and you watch them and you kind of look to see the kid might be frustrated. This, you can see how they're doing and say, oh, and then you could say, come up here, Jimmy or Gene, and I will help you. Looks like you're stuck on this kind of a problem, and the tutor didn't do a good enough job for you. And so you get a different way of putting out homework. And so I just wanted to show you, just as a real basic one, how to deploy a chatbot with the new version of SchoolAI. I'm not sure when it's rolling out. Hopefully before school starts. I'm sure that's why they rolled it out here yesterday on July 16th, 2025. I hope you have picked up something. Chatbots, tutors, every student ought to have a tutor on every subject, not just math. Anything you teach that has concepts, you could have a reinforcement tutor that goes along with it. And you can build it yourself as easily as chatting back and forth with that chatbot.